How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Is It a Buy, where we talk about stocks and try to determine if they're worth a buy or maybe a pass. My name is Corey. I'd just like to preface the video by saying I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy who can talk about stocks, so please take what I say with a grain of salt, all right? How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Let's go ahead and talk about what is going on with our favorite stocks and take a look and see what's going on with a lot of the short numbers going on in Ortex, right? So let's go ahead and start with ticker AMC, Old Faithful over here. And we can say old faithful. We can see AMC over here in the after hours on Friday was up 0.4%. In the pre-market right now, not doing too bad, up an additional 2.04%. So very excited to see that. These are the one-day candles. If you're wondering what the heck is going on here, and that's what's happening there. Let's take a look at AMC over here in Ortex, right? So let's go ahead and start with the shares on loan. Shares on loan looking like it's going for a bounce over here. We do know that the free float on loan is really what we're more so looking at, and we can see right here it's still kind of trending upwards. The shares on loan, obviously it kind of flattened out for a little bit for a few months here, but I do think this is starting to rise. And the reason I believe this is more so because of the utilization, right? We can see the utilization kind of was trending down, flattened, and it looks like it's hopefully going to be trending upward very, very soon. And so as that continues to trend upward, I personally do not believe that this play is over. I think there's a lot more still in the tank, but I do think it's going to take a second. This is obviously a heavily watched stock, and I think if the short numbers are as crazy as everyone says, then this stock there may have been naked shorting, and there's going to be some crazy moves still to come with the stock. It seems to be very steady. It seems like it's been at $30. I remember back here, right, whenever it was at $10 forever, $8 to $10, $5 to $10, whatever it was, for a long time. It was like, okay, well, this is better than our $2, right? And so this is what happened back here. It was $2 to $3 back in the day. We had a huge run in January, and then it held pretty strong for from 5 to 15 back to around $10, and it's stuck at $10 for a long time. That's kind of how I feel we are right now, right? $30 is the new $2 to $3 and around $10 mark. We're just holding solid. That is the new, in my opinion, like baseline for the stock, as long as anything doesn't change. And so taking a look at that kind of concept, we can see how long we were down at the different levels, you could call them. And so I think, and obviously it looks less volatile because we're all the way up here, and these are just small little numbers at this point, but I think it's important to keep that in mind, right? I think it's going to take a second, but I firmly believe that once the next catalyst hits, if it's the right catalyst, it'll be a huge movement. All right. So that's what I think what's going on with AMC. Let's talk about good old PROG, Progenity. So if we look at Progenity over here, we can take a look and see where we at. Progenity. So keep in mind, these are the one-day candles again. And so we are at this candle right here. So what day was this? Thursday? No, this would have been Wednesday. So Wednesday was down 6%. Thursday was up 3.2%, and then Friday was down about 7%, right? So realistically, my concern would have only been this positive day, right? This plus 3%. And so because typically whenever it's plus, a positive percentage, they may cover, or with Progenity, they actually haven't been covering. But let's go and take a look at Progenity and see what's going on, because throughout all of this, I guess we had this one down day or maybe two down days, but either way, it's just been skyrocketing. These shares on loan, right? The free float on loan just skyrocketing and skyrocketing. And we can see here that it finally, even off this 3% day, it went down just a tad, not very much. About, how much is this? We'll call it a million. They returned about 1 million shares, still 35 million to go. Utilization's at 99.86. Really doesn't get much higher than that. This stock, unbelievably, but not really unbelievably, is still at an amazing place. I'm telling you, if I had a friend that I would not give a financial advice to, I would tell them, I really like this stock. And I personally think that this stock has a lot more in the tank still, even after all this running. There's a lot of, this kind of reminds me of the AMC play. I'm going to go into Progenity at a later time to kind of go into what they do, but from my understanding of Progenity, these guys are in a position similar to AMC, where the stock is probably going to, and this is my personal opinion, it seems like they're in a position similar to AMC at the beginning of the pandemic, or toward the end of the pandemic. We're still in the pandemic, but whenever things are starting to open, right? We saw that this stock, either way, it's either going to go up a whole lot or it's going to go up a little bit. Either way, I don't feel like I'm going to lose money on this play. And that was how I felt with, that's how I felt with AMC. And that's how I feel with this play. I feel like whether it's going to go up a whole lot or a lot, I think it's just in my personal opinion, I'm looking at it as a relatively safe play. But keep in mind, no financial advice. Everything is, you never know what's going to happen. And so that's what I'm seeing with this stock here. Short interest. So short interest, a bit of a dip over here. Either way, I think this is plenty high enough. Cost to borrow is at like ridiculously high numbers. Just still primed, still looking super solid. Let's take a look at BBIG, right? So where are we here? Okay, so BBIG, we can see over here, a bit of a tumble for BBIG for a little bit. I'm hoping it finally, is going to recover based on, this being the bottom over here around $4.65. I'm really hoping that's the bottom here. But either way, I do have my position. I'm holding strong in my position. I'm thinking about adding to my position, but I'm not really sure if I actually will. I might just hold and just wait it out. And so that's what's going on over here. We are looking at this day over here, which is a plus 8% day, right? The previous day before that was minus 7%. And then this one seems basically flat from Friday. All right. So on Thursday is what we're looking at the data in Ortex for a plus 8% day. We can see BBIG over here and this is what you kind of expect to see, right? The stock was up 8%. They probably covered just a few shares. We can see they went from about 38.7 to 35.0. So, a bit of a change there as far as the shares on loan covered just a little bit. Again, the free float on loan extremely high at 37.58%, we can see. And stock is still looking good, right? It looks like they're just shorting this stock. Let me see how this utilization's been looking. Oh, okay. Let's see what the bottoms are. 95.5. 95.6, 96. Okay, so even the bottoms, it is trending upward microscopically, which I would expect to, considering the price action has just been, a lot of pressure, a lot of downward pressure, and based on what we've seen historically, meaning they've been borrowing more shares to short the stock. And it looks like the utilization at 98.58%, the stock, especially it being pushed down so much. I feel like $5, if anyone has been thinking about taking a position in BBIG, I really liked it under $5, which it was for a little bit on, I think, Wednesday and Thursday. I'm not sure if, and Friday, yeah. I really liked it under $5. But I already established my position and I have I'm pretty comfortable in my position, so I haven't added to it. It's not off the table, but I'm not sure if I actually will. All right, let's go and take a look at the next stock over here. ATER. So this one is a little bit interesting, right? This one has just been a lot of downward pressure, similar to BBIG, right? And we can see over here, we are looking at this day a plus 6.53% day. On Friday, they were down 6.72%. So obviously that there's a little bit of data. I'm curious to see what the Ortex data is going to look like for tomorrow to see how it is, if it's up or down, right? So let's take a look at ATER, and we can see right here, the on loan. This is one is the most interesting one to me. And the reason for that is, it's just the stock is going down. So it seems like they're heavily shorting the stock, right? There's a lot of downward pressure. And on top of that, the shares on loan is also going down, which is kind of counterintuitive to what we typically see. And it doesn't really make much sense with our current theory. Something that did happen actually is the CEO of ATER did call out the shorts. Let me see if I can. So here we go. There's a post on Reddit. I guess this is the fastest way to see it. Well, let's pull up. Here we go. So the CEO of ATER says ATER takes its fiduciary role seriously. We hired a third-party firm to investigate illegal naked short selling in our stock. This process takes time. Please stay tuned, right? So this one's pretty huge. Now, granted, who knows if they're going to find anything? Who do they hire? How long is it going to take? It says this process takes time, and I don't think people understand how much time it actually takes. Well, I guess if you've been in AMC and GameStop for as long as we have, you understand that, holy smokes, it takes time. Now, granted, we don't know if AMC and GameStop are actually, you know, if they've hired someone to look into this. For all we know, they've been looking into it since January, and it's taken a long time. But so definitely something to keep in mind. Now, granted, you know, just to be crystal clear here, they may find something, they may not find something. We found this, and if you watch The Wolf of Wall Street, just to give you an example, they were investigated by the SEC, you know, and this is just kind of in the movie, but I'm sure this is accurate. So they were investigated by the SEC for everything that was going on, and the SEC didn't find anything. Because they didn't know what was going on. They don't know their tricks. They don't know, you know, it's not that they're not smart. It's that they didn't know what to look for. There's a lot of different places, a lot of different vehicles where they can hide money or, you know, trade money to make things happen. And it's very difficult. So, definitely something to keep in mind. You have to be ready for the long game, and if you've been in AMC and GameStop for a while now, then you understand it's the long game. You know, instead of that short-term capital gains tax, it'll be long-term capital gains tax if it plays out. All right, so definitely keep that in mind when you're taking a look at this. But I definitely wanted to call that out. I mean, whenever I see this, it just doesn't really make much sense compared to what we've been seeing. And this tweet kind of makes me feel like, okay, I wonder if there's something going on here, right? And so definitely be careful whenever you're making these plays. If you're playing options, if you're buying shares, whatever, just understand that the market is risky. There's a chance that this might, who knows how long this will go on for. Maybe it'll just fizzle out and he won't post an update. So did he say he's already hired? Let me see. Oh yeah, they already hired a firm, you know, so it's not like he said, we're thinking about hiring a firm. He's already hired a firm. Now, we'll just see what happens, okay? So that's what I wanted to cover, guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch the video. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Have a good one. Peace.